Hey there guys, and welcome to the next video of my channel Swiss RC World. In this video I'm gonna show you how you correctly solder a brushless or brushed ESC, doesn't matter too much, with the connectors. And I have laid them out right here. Those are XT60 connectors, just 2-pin as all the battery to ESC connectors. And those XT60s cost about 60 cents a pair, I think, or no, I don't know, but it's really cheap, available at Hobby King. The next popular plug is the Dean's T connector. You just have like a T right here, this way, and you plug them in right like this. And from your motor to the ESC, we have 3 of this 3.5mm golden, I don't know what they are called, just some golden 3.5mm plugs. And so yeah, let's get started. First, what you need to solder is soldering iron, then some solder. This is 1mm soldering cable with some oil inside, with some solder paste inside, because you can't solder without them. Then I have some solder paste also from Hobby King. You need the tube. You need shrink tube to secure your cables that they don't touch each other, so you won't get the shortcut. Then this is just a bottle of water, and as you can see, you have a sponge right underneath the soldering iron stand. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of water up here. And this is not to cool the iron down, it's to clean the tip, because you need a clean tip if you solder. It just works better. And this soldering iron stand here has a built-in controller. I can use 150 to 450 degrees Celsius, and that's real nice. But you also need something like a fire, no power here, just to shrink tube, because if you heat it, it goes together. So that's what you want. I also got a scalpel here to cut the shrink tubing. You can use scissors or whatever you want. So let's get started. First, we want to see which plug we need to connect to which cable. You see on one side there's the servo plug. You don't need that, for instance. We need those two, a red and black, who go outside on one side of the ESC, and 3 other cables in different colors. Sometimes they're blue, sometimes they are black, red, yellow, sometimes they are I don't know what. And to these two cables, you need to connect either XT60s or Dean's connectors, just something you have on your battery. And I'm just gonna show you how you can solder on your XT60. I don't show you the Dean's, maybe in another video. But what I do, I take the one that goes to the ESC, the female one, and I marked here the curved edge here is the minus, so the black cable goes here. Then you're just gonna want to put in some solder cable in here, melt it up. Then you're gonna want to plug in a male one. You can only solder them like this, because when you heat it up too much, the plastic is gonna get very bad, and you're gonna bend your contact, your golden contact in here, and so they won't fit even. They won't fit nice. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna put that in right here, like that. Take some soldering cable, put some solder in here, then take the cable. You need to see which way they want to go. The curved edge is black, so we are on the other side first. What you need to do on the ESC to battery connectors, is you first gonna put on some shrink tube, because as you can probably see, you won't fit it over here. So put a little bit of shrink tube, like 15 millimeters or something. Don't put too much on there because you're gonna break them, and then the cable is gonna break too. So put them on. This cable tip here is also tinned, which means it's quite solid when it has some tin on it. Oh, fell down. So take your soldering iron, put it in here, heat it up till it's fully soft, and then if you have your shrink tube on there, just put it in there. I was too slow with it now. It needs a little bit of practice. I couldn't do it at first too, and so just do it for the other connector. What you also want to need is a tool like this with a screw. You can take away some silicone cable with that, and you're just gonna insert the cable, cut and pull, and so the silicone around is gone. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna tin this little cable tip, like, oh, that's weird with 2 fingers, with 2 hands. Oh, but it works. Just kind of tin. You can only tin the tip, that's enough. Then put some tin onto the connector. You don't need solder paste for this one because there's already included in here. This is enough. And then just heat it up. Put the other connector in there. Oh, this is way too much, man. Don't put too much solder on there, because that's not good. And I won't get it away. So then clean your tip, because it's gonna break if you have solder paste on it and burning for a while. So if you have attached your shrink tubes, just slide them forward as far as you can, as near to the connector as possible, and then just light it with the fire. Don't take the tip of the flame, because then it's just gonna burn. Take the middle of the flame. You don't need to do it too much, just that it's fixed. Then it's exactly the same thing on the other side. Don't burn your hands, people. Okay, now we've done that, and you're finished with your XT60 ESC to battery connector. Now we're gonna solder 3 of these 3.5mm gold connectors onto those cables, and as you can see, they will fit. The shrink tube will fit over these connectors, so you don't have to put on your shrink tube first. But I mostly do it because then I won't forget it with the battery. Then do the exact same thing. Put them in here. Come on. Okay, just like that. Then take the cables. You might also need to take some silicone away. I'm just gonna do that for showing it to you. Don't take too much, that's too much. Take like this much. That's too much, that's okay. So then, yeah, the tip is already tin, so I don't have to do that. Just take one of the cable, it doesn't matter, because you have three equal plugs. Heat it up, melt it, put the cable in, and you're done. Let it cool down for a minute. That next cable, come on. Hello? Oh, there it goes. So put that in right there. Once again, the colors of the cables don't matter, because you can also, if you plug it in to your motor the wrong way, your motor is just gonna spin backwards. It's not gonna burn. If you only plug in 2, it's just gonna hop. Once again, clean your tip, take them out. Pay attention, they are hot because you don't have plastic around them like you have here. Then you're just gonna cut some shrink tubing, and what you want to do this time, you have to get something longer than before, because you don't have to do it like that on this one, because in here you're gonna plug the male one, this is the female, so you have to go all over the whole plug, as you can see right here. You're gonna cover the whole plug, just like that. And then just let it shrink. Come on. It just slide. Like that, because those can still connect right here. They have contact here. But like this, no contact. So do that for all the 3 connectors. I'm going to show you again. If you put too much solder on here, you're probably not going to fit the shrink tube over, and got some luck right there. This one fits quite nice. Okay. Okay. That's a bad one, just because you have some cable left here. So I'm not gonna wrap it off. I don't cut it. You also have to cut straight shrink tubes, because if you don't cut them straight, you can't fit them over here, because half of the connector will still be reachable for other connectors. So I'm just gonna put that one over there. See if that fits. It doesn't. Come on, get in there. Oh, I made a mistake there. Come on. Once again, burn it down. Shrink. And then do the same thing with the third one. There's some candles that take a little bit more. Just like that. Slide it over. Fit the tip nice and smooth. Burn it. Come on, don't die. Does shaking help? I don't know. Not really. Come on. That's close. Yeah, no guys. So there you have your finally finished ESC. It's soldered up, and like this you shouldn't get any glitches or any breaks. And this one isn't done correctly. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Now I'm gonna put up another part in which I'm gonna connect 2 of these what are they called, silicon cables, and I'm gonna solder some Dean's T connectors. So guys, welcome back. Now I'm gonna show you how you can solder Dean's T connectors, also available from Hobby King, to this 14 AWG silicon wire, and how you can connect 2 pieces of the silicon wire. For cutting the silicon wire, I usually use a side cutter. You can just easily cut it. Then I'm gonna screw up here a little bit for the 14 AWG. Get some of this off. If you want to connect it to the Dean's connector, what you're gonna do, you're gonna wrap it around in a round shape like this, so it stays together. Then you're finally gonna use your solder paste. Put some paste on it. Then what I do, I put it in here. So it's just that I have one hand more left. I can use. Then take soldering paste, not soldering paste, soldering cable, and this one right here is called tinning. So I'm just gonna put on some tin onto the cable, and once again clean your soldering tip and you use solder paste, and that should look like this. So it's quite rigid right now. And what we're gonna do, once again, plug in your female to a male. And what I do with the DNT connectors is I use this one for the ESC and this one for the battery. So because those two, if they break or if they touch metal like this, like so, they get contact and your battery will burn. It's supposed to be the other way, but I don't do it. So this one goes to the ESC, this one goes to the battery. I'm gonna solder an ESC cable right now. So as it should be written right here, you have the plus and a minus. So this means the black cable goes in this one, the red on this. I'm just gonna put it in here. Now I'm gonna solder on the black cable, which is actually blue. And what you might wanna do also is, okay, like this. Take some solder paste on your tin, put it on here, just on top. This. So I'm sorry guys for this interruption, my camera just fell down. So what we were at is tinning the connector itself a little bit. Just, you don't need to put on too much, just a little bit. And then put your shrink tube on the cable. I have the cable open at the back, so I don't need to do that right now. Then melt it up, put your cable down. It won't work right now, so what you're going to do is just melt up the cable again, so it's gonna hopefully connect. Oh, it gets hot a little bit. It's hopefully gonna connect the solder to the actual golden connector, and that's the case right there. I'm just gonna, you can also put some solder on the sides for a little bit more rigidity. I think you probably have to do that. Clean your solder tip once again. Then you're gonna want to shrink tube it about this length. Put it on. Oh, it's still hot. Connector. Then use your fire lighter. Shrink it. Holy cow, why doesn't that one work? Come on. Just gonna look for another one. I'm sure I can't find anyone. So, how you can also do it is with your soldering iron. Just touch it. But it actually takes longer, so. You could also do it with a hot air blower. I actually have one, but I don't use it because it uses so much time to get hot. And this is your DNT connector connection right here. It's quite rigid, as you can see. Can't break it right now. And now I'm going to show you how you can connect two wires like so. You want to solder this one onto this one. So what you're going to do, you're going to cut off the silicone. But the main difference right now is that you're not going to twist it like that. Just going to put it together. Put both of the ends to the solder paste. Together a little bit so it doesn't get too big. Then it's just gonna slide in these to each other, and now you're gonna do it like that. Put it on your desk, your table. Then finally solder it. The solder paste makes the tin flow, so the solder actually should go to the inside of the cable. I hope so. So just do it like that. Put solder 360 degrees around your solder joint, so it's going to be nice and rigid. Don't make it too thick, because then your shrink tube won't fit and it won't be as rigid as possible. So then take shrink tube again, let it cool down. It's really hot right now, but I won't because I'm making a video. So slide it over there, and that fits. And once again, I have to do it with my soldering iron. Shrink. It goes quite well, actually. I just didn't use it. So that's done, and we are probably at the end of this video. As you can see, it's rigid. I can't even take it apart. So I wanted to thank you for watching, and before I stop right here, I'm going to show you where I got my parts from. Solder paste from Hobbykin. Just type in soldering paste. This one comes up. It's like 50 grams, I think. Lasts a very long time. Then this is 14 AWG silicon wire, also from Hobbykin. The power limit is at about 80 amps, I think. Then Dean's T connectors from Hobbykin, XT60 connectors from Hobbykin, soldering paste with soldering tin with soldering paste inside. I got that one from Conrad, I think. It's like a Swiss electronics shop. Then I got that one from Conrad, as well as the soldering iron. It's the ZD99, and it goes from 150 to 450. I usually use about 300 degrees Celsius. The tip is just a normal one. Don't take this one with the included soldering tin, because it doesn't have any fluid in there, no solder paste, and that's real bad. And what I also got is like some teeth cleaning bottle with some water in it, and you can just put it on your sponge. You don't really need that. You can also go to a fountain or something and just make wet so you can clean your tip. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe to the video if you liked it. And yeah, bye, and see you at the next video.